The tax dollars add up very quickly in death penalty cases. Typically, state and local governments bear the burden of those costs. The Now KC's Allison Bruner explains that costs in most cases are paid for through tax dollars. Allison?
Justin, a local defense lawyer tells me those costs are significantly higher. To put this into perspective for you, in Kansas, defending a death penalty case costs about 4 times more than defending a case where the death penalty is not considered.
The average cost for defense of a death penalty case in the state of Kansas is $395,000. The average cost for defense in a homicide case where the prosecution is not seeking the death penalty is $98,000.
So therefore, unanimously sentence the defendant to death.
Criminal defense attorney Paul Cram believes we saw the outcome we did in the cross trial for a few reasons.
Such an egregious offense. And I think also the fact that that Mr. Miller, Mr. Cross, elected to defend himself.
Thank you.
Another factor.
I think that many of these prosecutors feel very pressured and very conflicted. The county attorney or district attorney's office is often an elected office. And the county attorney has to say, my gosh, if I don't go after the death penalty today, will I see negative attack ads?
Another cost associated with death penalty cases, the housing of these prisoners.
In Kansas, prisoners on death row cost roughly $49,000 every year to house, versus prisoners in the general population, you're looking at $25,000, which means housing those prisoners on death row costs exactly twice as much per year.
Another reason these cases cost significantly more.
Anytime the government seeks to execute one of its own citizens, absolutely every defense must be raised.
While actual execution costs us, the taxpayers, very little, it's important to remember the costs associated with the death penalty.
What sense of closure will that really bring decades after the fact, and at what cost to the taxpayers?
And there are studies that experts have conducted on the victim's family's social status before and after an execution, and the majority do not feel any different after the execution. In the newsroom, reporting for the Now KC, I'm Allison Bruner.